we're gonna have the happiest Christmas since Bing Crosby tap danced with Danny fucking Kaye.
Welcome to the party, pal.
There's a rule. There's a tradition that says I have to kiss this girl on the lips.
This is Christmas.
Come to the coast. We'll get together, have a few laughs.
When Santa squeezes his fat white ass down that chimney tonight, he's gonna find the jolliest bunch of assholes this side of the nut house.
It's been quite the day of recording.
Quite the day of recording. Oh, man. Josh,
What?
where is our next guest?
I don't know.
Who will it be? Who will be the next one on the show? Ladies and gentlemen,
The producer.
the producer, the grand unveiling, weighing in at the probably like 185 to 90-ish pounds, has a healthy 5-figure before taxes income. Ladies, has his own apartment.
He has
His
10
mom
shirts.
still does his own laundry. Spencer Paulus.
Ooh, yeah, welcome.
What's going on, fellas?
Welcome to the show.
Welcome. I
Even
should
though
have
you've
faded
been
this
here
music
all
out
day
better.
long.
I've been here since this morning, but
It's been a long day, but it's been a fun day.
Yeah.
yeah, this
This has been a lot easier than I thought it would be.
Yeah,
to
I
be
thought
honest.
this would be a little more
It's
grueling,
gone
but
pretty smooth for sure. hasn't
yeah.
it?
sitting around bullshitting with my friends isn't as much work as I thought it was. so
No,
this
it's
is going
pretty
pretty
smooth,
well,
yeah.
honestly. So, oh man, what's going on, Spence?
Not much.
So, one question I've been asking everyone: what is your favorite Christmas movie?
My favorite Christmas movie.
That isn't one we already said. It would be helpful as well.
I mean, like we've kind of covered like all the good ones. Like I'm a pretty big fan of the Santa Claus with
Yeah.
Tim Allen. Like that's pretty high on the list.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with the Grinch.
Yeah.
Which Santa Claus though?
Like the one
There's
with
like 4 or
Tim
5.
Allen, like the first
The
one.
first
The first one.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
like
Only
4
the
I wanna
original
say.
Yeah,
one
there's
is
quite a few now.
watchable. The
Yeah,
rest are
absolutely.
yeah.
So and then, of course, National Lampoons is also up there
Yeah,
too. That one's a
that's
classic.
always good too.
I think I mentioned the Polar Express earlier.
Yeah,
I'm just a big like I really like I like Tom Hanks a lot. So
Sure.
his like voice and
Yeah.
all the movies he's been in. So that,
I
that
think
one's
everybody
kind of
likes Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not a lot of people who don't like, who are like, you know what actor has always rubbed me the wrong way? Tom Hanks.
He's just too damn good.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh man.
But yeah, no, like he's been in so many good movies and yeah, you can't go wrong with anything he's in, honestly.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
yeah.
In Polar Express, Tom Hanks actually plays every single character. Like he does all the motion capture for even the kids.
Is that right? I
No
didn't even
way.
know that.
Really?
Yeah, it's like
Oh, wow.
Tom Hanks. It's like it's his movie.
I've
All
actually-
the voices of those kids. That's why some of the
Holy
kids
shit.
move a little bit awkward.
Is that
because
right?
They're moving like a grown man.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Wow.
Really?
Speaking of
I didn't
that,
know
this
that.
reminds me of one thing, just to really tangent here. Has anyone seen The Irishman yet?
No,
Oh,
I haven't
yeah.
watched it yet.
You've seen it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew I could count on
Is
you.
it?
Have you?
No, not yet.
Have- no. Very good. Would recommend. You know the one scene where Robert De Niro beats up a guy?
Yep.
So there's one scene where De Niro beats up this store owner, but it's Robert De Niro doing his own stunts because he's moving like an old man. You can see it's fucking hilarious. And the guy's laying on the curb acting like he's getting the shit kicked out of him, and you can tell Robert De Niro's an old guy trying to do a convincing kick, but he just looks like an old guy doing
so
it.
old, it
And
doesn't
the
work.
guy's like getting the shit beat out of him on the sidewalk, and you're like,
Hurry.
yeah. And you're like, okay, this is a fantastic movie on
Yeah.
either side of this, but that one scene, I'm just laughing. Do you know what part I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
it's like in this street.
Yeah.
Because they de-age Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
Like they
Oh.
make him look like he looks like in the 80s.
Oh,
Do you
for
know
real?
if it
Wow.
was makeup or was it?
It's the same de-aging company that like that all the Star Wars and the new Marvel movies.
Oh.
they keep
Oh,
using.
okay.
It's like really, they're getting.
So they actually do. So it's CGI versus.
It's all CGI.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, wicked.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, yeah, because
Crazy.
I thought it was maybe makeup, but that makes more sense because they do
get,
it to
like,
everyone,
yeah,
right? Because they
body
make them look
doubles
older.
that have like similar face structures. They're able to mask it on there too. So
Yeah.
like, sometimes they'll film it twice, where it's
Really?
Robert
Oh,
De Niro
okay.
does it, then he does it, then they have the lighting
Oh,
and everything for
cool.
it, and just
Wow.
kind of like
Yeah.
combine it all.
Oh,
But
interesting.
it's
Well,
not
yeah,
like
watch
this.
your.
Hand talking.
Yeah.
Get in
You can
there.
turn that. You can turn that more towards you too. The whole arm. The whole
Oh
arm.
yeah.
There
It's
you
a
go.
pretty long movie, hey? Like The Irishman. I've
It's
heard
like 3.5 hours.
Yeah, like you definitely have to like.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
Like
I.
reserve a whole afternoon to go
Oh yeah.
watch that. Yeah.
Or yeah, I had a Friday evening at home and just watched that and
crush that.
it was
instead, yeah.
excellent.
Can you watch movies in pieces? Can you
Yeah,
like
that's
watch
what
an
I was about
hour?
to say. Somebody broke it down and figured out when to pause it, and it's like a 7-episode miniseries.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
That'd be a good idea actually for like the acts.
Break
if
it
you
up
will,
into,
and
like,
stuff.
the-
That'd
yeah.
be good. That'd
That's
be
a
actually
really-
that'd be good to process it a little better because a lot
Suddenly-
happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got some
Yeah.
wheels turning here.
Yeah.
Because I remember I did that for Wolf of Wall Street. To,
That's
like,
a long one too.
split it
Yeah,
up.
you definitely have to
But
like split that up. Yeah.
that is a
Yeah.
long
But
movie.
no, I don't know. I kind of like those mob movies or whatever
I
you
was
want
gonna
to
ask
call
you
them,
guys
and
like
they're really
what's
good.
yeah
So.
like what's like I haven't seen like too many other mob movies, but I really like Robert De Niro, like he's in Casino.
Yeah.
That one's a
Casino.
pretty good one.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
I don't
It's
think
on
I've seen
Netflix right
Casino,
now.
Actually.
It's
yeah,
a pretty
it is on
good one,
Netflix.
yeah.
That's an old one.
I
I
like
need to
that
watch
one.
that actually.
Yeah.
What's that? Is it Taxi where he's like, "Are you talking to me?" Is that?
Yeah.
You talking
Okay.
to me? Yeah.
What's the? That's kind of like a mafia movie, isn't it, or no, gangster
No,
movie?
it's like
Nah.
it's what Joker was kind of based on.
Tax, yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's a little bit
Taxi driver
different. Yeah.
that Tours around the city and
Yeah.
gets weird.
Yeah.
I don't want to ruin.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't, yeah. Don't spoil
I'll
it
have to
for
try
me.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. But,
Goodfellas is another.
Goodfellas is good
classic
as
one.
well. Yeah.
And a lot of, a couple guys no, just the one dude from Goodfellas was in Irishman as well.
Reservoir
yeah.
Dogs.
Joe Pesci.
yeah, Joe
Yeah.
Joe
Pesci.
Pesci. Yeah.
He kind of looks
The Home Alone guy,
like
right?
Yoda. Joe Pesci.
Maybe
Yeah,
a little.
is
Like
he in
older,
Home
like-
Alone?
Yeah, he's one of the two guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's.
yeah,
Joe
yeah.
Pesci, yeah.
What are their names?
I honestly I don't know.
Is
Jamie?
Home Alone a Christmas movie? Oh yeah.
I guess
I got the laptop.
Home
Home
Alone, yeah.
Alone is a Christmas
Oh,
movie.
yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Home Alone's definitely
yeah.
a Christmas movie. Yeah.
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 That's
Actually, that's a good Christmas movie.
That's a
I didn't
good
even, I didn't even
Christmas
think
movie,
about
yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
What about Die Hard?
That's
Oh, yeah.
Thomas's favorite's Die Hard,
Oh yeah.
We've been having debates.
And no
about
one
this.
else can have it as their favorite except me.
except for me.
Yeah, we've been
Yeah.
having some debates about that.
Yeah.
Is that a Christmas movie? Is it not a Christmas
Die Hard,
movie?
definitely.
I don't think it's a Christmas movie.
Nah.
I don't
actu-
even think Home Alone's really a Christmas movie.
What?
It's
They're going on
Boo.
Christmas like vacation. They like leave
mean,
Kevin
it's-
at
yeah,
home.
but then the rest. Really
Yeah,
isn't.
Christmas is kind of a secondary
Yeah.
I get
topic
yeah,
of it.
True.
Doesn't
'Cause,
Donald
you know-
Trump
Compared
make
to
a
Elf or
cameo?
something,
That's Home
yeah,
Alone
that's
too.
true. You're
Is that
right.
Home
Yeah.
Alone too?
Totally.
When he's in New York.
Yeah, and Donald
Yeah.
Trump makes a cameo
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Telling him like where to go.
Yeah.
But there's also what's another one? Daddy's Home 2 is set during Christmas.
Yeah. That's
But it's
Christmas
because
movie?
it came out at Christmas time as well. So
yeah, totally.
Yeah, interesting.
What was I gonna Google? Home Alone.
The two robbers. What are their characters' names?
Oh yeah. Oh,
Isn't one Marvin or something?
it'll come like
Marv and Harry.
Which one's which?
Harry's the short one, I think.
Harry's the short one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, so
Harry's
that's-
the short one. Yeah.
Harry's also in Goodfellas.
Yeah, yeah.
And
yeah, that's Joe Pesci.
and then
Yeah.
he's
There
in
you go.
So
Irishman
crazy.
as well.
Goodfellas is a good movie.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah, that one's good.
Which one's that?
They're in like a fucking warehouse for pretty much the entire movie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Right after a bank robbery.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
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 And they're trying to figure
Yeah,
out how
that's a
to get out of it
Tarantino
or
movie,
whatever.
right?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it is. Yeah.
The snitch was is they're trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Kind of like it's kind of like a
yeah,
the
okay.
Hateful Eight. How they're like in the cabin.
And it's
the whole
more
time,
about
basically.
kind of the conversation and the long winding
It's like-
Tarantino conversations.
It's like who does what.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's one of those.
Yeah.
I watched it in French. Shouldn't have watched it.
Not
in
good.
French.
What gave you that idea?
I wanted to expose myself when I was over there, and I was like, well, I'll just start watching movies in French.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
Kinda
pretty
lost
fast
most
way
of
to
its
learn
meaning-
languages,
meaning.
though. Is like just like through watching movies and other forms of
No, if
media.
you're just
I guess.
reading the subtitles,
Well,
yeah,
I
you
gu-
gotta
well,
get rid of those subtitles.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
You have
Gotta
to pick up on that.
And
But
you're like,
throw
what the
yourself
fuck?
to the wolves that way.
yeah, no, for sure.
Did
Yeah.
it work at all?
No.
Yeah.
No.
What was I gonna say? Oh, are either of you guys SNL fans?
I haven't seen it in quite
Not
a while now.
Not.
Recently.
Let me
Like
rephrase
older
that.
stuff,
Are
yeah.
you fans of SNL when it was good, aka old SNL?
Yeah, I'd say more when it was older.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I like.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you ever watch the Christmas specials? I guess is where I'm going with this.
Oh, the
Yeah.
the keyboard one.
Yeah.
I don't want to get ahead of you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
Exactly that. That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Christmas time
Yeah.
is here.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly that one.
You ever see
Tracy Morgan's in it.
Dude,
yeah.
Tracy Morgan's so
He's
funny.
just
I love
doing
that guy.
a dance.
He doesn't do anything.
Yeah, and
Just
Fuck,
hanging
that's
out.
good.
Just hanging out. Oh man.
And Jimmy Fallon's in it.
yeah, Jimmy
Jimmy's in
Fallon's
there
like
too.
holding the keyboard or something like that.
Yeah.
ever watch a very Russell Peters Christmas or whatever?
No.
I
No?
haven't. No.
Have you?
No.
Really? It's actually okay.
What?
It's pretty good.
Do you guys?
He gets Michael Bublé in there. And everything.
Oh,
Ooh,
okay.
wow.
Yeah.
Is it
Nice.
a stand-up special or what? Not, or is it more like a
Kind of.
skit?
He does like stand up and skits.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's
Interesting.
like a live audience, and then
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know,
Do you
it's
do you guys know the bit Robert Goulet? It's a SNL bit where it's
No.
Will Ferrell, and he's I don't know if it's supposed to be a real person, but he's like this weird old dude with like black hair and wears sunglasses. He's like, I'm Robert Goulet, and then he sings Christmas albums, and like it's just so funny. But he'll be singing like sleigh bells ring, and then kind of trail off, and then start talking about something else. And then there's one scene where they're trying to do like a Christmas performance, but the joke is that there's a fire somewhere because there's a bunch of smoke, but no one else acknowledges it. So he's just singing, and he's like, does anyone else smell fire? Just have those sleigh bells. There is a lot of smoke in here. This is very concerning. You should actually look it
haven't
up.
seen that yet.
Robert,
Yeah,
Gou-
that,
it's
him with the turtleneck.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
When you see
It-
this, you'll
It's
see.
actually pretty funny.
Let's see.
Yes, yeah, that
Yeah.
guy.
So good.
Yeah, yeah, he
Wow.
wears a suit and a
I remember
turtleneck.
that. Yeah, I
He's
remember that.
so, that's so fucking funny.
Such a
That's one of the
classic
better.
look.
Yeah, a good
Wow.
one is also Homelessville, where it's Justin Timberlake.
Homelessville?
Yeah, do you know
Yes.
that one?
I haven't
I do,
seen it.
yeah.
I
Where
haven't
he's
seen,
dressed
any
as
of
the
these.
soup.
Yes.
Do you know that one?
Yes.
It's
I think I've seen that
so
one, actually.
it's Justin Timberlake and the guy who plays MacGruber, and
Oh,
they're
okay.
like competing over a corner for like
Yeah.
singing for donations. Will Forte, thank
Oh,
you.
Yeah.
that's a cup of soup and a Santa.
Yeah, yeah.
I love Will Forte.
Yeah.
He does.
When-
He does a
honest-
couple of those.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. When Will Forte and like Jason, is that the guy's name?
Sudeikis?
The guy from Horrible Bosses.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jason.
Him
yeah,
and like
Sudeikis,
even
yeah.
Kristen Wiig and stuff. When those guys were on SNL, that was like the last time it was really good.
Really
I
good.
think.
I
Yeah.
like how you worded that. It's like, are you a fan of SNL when it was good?
Because there's definitely
Yeah, because
There's
now I
definitely
don't
a-
even know. Fucking the guy who dated Ariana Grande's on there.
Some of it's pretty
Pete
insufferable lately.
David.
Mac Miller.
No, Pete Davidson. Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. 401 out.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. no.
Most of it's pretty insufferable lately.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't find that guy that funny.
Political, I think. It's not
It's
That's 100%
so
what it
political
is.
now.
Not that you know.
Not that
Sure.
it never was, but
Yeah, they always made fun of presidents.
Yeah.
But
Now
they-
that
now it's just constant.
now
right?
Trump's
And
in office, it's like every other week.
every episode, it's to me that's kind of lazy writing. Like
It is.
make something else funny, right?
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
Even comedy too. Like ever since Trump's been in office, it's like
Yeah.
all the comedy
Yeah.
is all political.
Or
like,
Trump-
they've done everything.
Trump
with it now.
is
It's like,
orange.
yeah,
Orange guy bad.
yeah.
ha, ha,
It's
ha.
like so.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. No, 100%.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, that reminds me. So speaking of old SNL, so you know how they always made fun of the presidents, and they had some good ones. Like Will Ferrell would do a good George Bush and stuff,
Oh,
and they
he
would
does a great
they would
George
have guys
Bush.
who could do, and then who would do Obama? It was usually
it
Roy
was-
Orbison
Yeah,
would do Obama, I
yeah.
think, and then but. They would always, and Jay Farrow would also do Obama too. I want to say, but
Did Keenan Allen ever do Obama?
maybe I don't know. That would be,
Is
but-
that his name, Keenan Allen?
or Keenan
Yeah,
Thompson.
yeah, Keenan Thompson. Yeah,
Keenan
Yeah.
Allen's
yeah, yeah.
player.
But it was funny because they were going through and because they would actually have an actor who looks vaguely like the president, dress him up, and then do a good impression. But back in the Chevy Chase days, Gerald Ford was the president, and they would do skits where he was Gerald Ford, but he looks fucking nothing like them. He would just be Chevy Chase.
What a legend.
Yeah, in the White House doing stupid shit, not even acting or sounding remotely like Gerald Ford, but he'd be like, "Hey, Gerald Ford here," and then it was so weird. Yeah, like just so early days of SNL.
Oh,
So,
man.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, some of the old stuff is amazing.
Yeah, I definitely
it's
don't
good.
watch it.
Yeah.
Oh,
that
I,
much
I haven't
anymore.
watched it in
Yeah,
years.
I kind of
Eddie
tuned out of
Murphy
it
has
now.
a good Christmas in the Ghetto or something like that. It's really funny.
Eddie
Look it
Murphy's
up.
a b- yeah,
He was
so
funny
good.
on that. Yeah.
He had a new movie on Netflix. Dolomite Is My Name.
It-
Highly
Oh,
recommend
Is it good?
Is it good?
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it a comedy or is it a?
Yeah, it's like one of the funniest movies I've seen.
No
It's-
way.
we
I'll
were
have to watch
talking.
it.
We were talking about this on the episode that's coming out on the 26th. Is Eddie Murphy needs to do stand up again?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
having him back would be awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
needs to do stand up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
He's some of his old stuff is so good.
Yeah.
Fuck the. My favorite joke is the one with the rabbit and the bear in the woods.
I don't know if I've.
It's like he's like, this one's for the kids. Bear and the rabbit are shitting in the woods. The bear turns to the rabbit. He's like, does shit stick to your fur or something?
Is that it?
And the rabbit's like, no. So the bear just takes him and wipes him with his ass. takes
what?
wipes his ass with the rabbit. It's pretty funny.
Man.
Obviously, Eddie Murphy voice.
Oh yeah.
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 Or eccentric.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. We
But
won't.
that's an Easter joke.
He
This
was-
is a
Yeah.
Christmas podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
damn
boys.
it.
God damn it.
God
We
damn.
need Christmas jokes.
There's a
Christmas
good one
jokes.
where oh man, what was that guy's name? There's one where he's in the Expendables. He's bald and has a very like serious tone.
I haven't seen The Expendables, so I'm not
Oh,
sure.
Dolph Lundgren.
Or Red. Is that it? Maybe.
Dolph Lundgren?
Red.
Is that not a movie that was a ripoff of the Expendables?
I have no idea.
Dolph Lundgren's a person.
Yeah.
Oh, John Malkovich.
John Malkovich. That's
Yeah,
it. Thank you.
yeah, fucking
Yeah.
love John.
Yeah, but he has one bit where he's just reading to kids like a Christmas tale, but then he'll stop and start telling them the actual like scary history of that. And then he'll be like, "Oh, wait a minute. Would anyone like a menthol?" And as Halls, and he's like, "No." All right. And then keeps reading this. It's just so simple but so funny.
Classic writing.
Yeah. I like some of those where it's like pretty simple bit. And
Yeah,
then
yeah,
just,
yeah. Oh yeah. Man.
Christmas jokes, Matt. Hit us.
What kind of Christmas music do elves like?
What kind?
What kind?
Rap music.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Hey.
Hey.
Oh. Hey.
Yeah.
What do you call a snowman with a six-pack?
What?
An abdominal snowman.
Ooh. Wowee. Wowee.
I like that one. I do like that one.
That was pretty good. All right.
Okay, one more.
All right.
One more.
Okay.
Make it a good one.
What's Saint Nicholas's favorite measurement in the metric system?
Ooh.
What's that?
Ooh.
No guesses.
No.
A centimeter.
Wow.
Oh man.
Okay, we can get it back.
we can get it back.
How does the snowman get to work?
How?
How?
Bicycle.
Oh, I like that.
Bicycle.
Bicycle. Yeah. I like that
Oh.
one.
Ha.
Come on, Thomas.
Nice. Good.
That looks
I
better
like it.
written.
I like it. Yeah. It's better to read
That's
these
definitely one you have to
sometimes.
read.
Do you have one there, Josh?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
I thought
You
you
don't
said
really
you did.
hear Christmas jokes.
Be like,
that often.
nope, next
No,
No.
you don't. You
No,
don't.
there's not really a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be like, no, next topic.
I just remember at a rookie party we had to go in to the vets and we had to make a joke and make the vets laugh. Otherwise, we'd have to keep drinking. Oh man.
How'd you
I
do?
did it on the first try.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What was the
your
joke?
joke?
Do you
Are
remember?
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Lay it on us.
What did one tampon say to the other tampon?
What?
Nothing. They're both stuck up cunts.
There you go.
Ah,
Jesus.
nice. Nice. Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
And they were like
They would've
stone
loved that
faced.
one.
They were stone faced, and then one of the guys just cracked, and then they all just cracked. It was amazing. I was like, yes.
Oh yes, nailed
Nice.
it.
There is
Nailed it.
one classic Christmas joke.
What?
Why is Santa's sack so big?
Yes,
Why?
I've heard this one.
Because he
Why?
only comes once a year.
Ah, nice.
Oh my god.
All right,
Oh,
back
man.
to Spencer.
And we're back.
And we're back.
And we're
And
back.
we're back. Oh man.
Oh man. So,
Those
anyways,
look like Stalin on your shirt.
Stalin? No, dude, these are these are nutcrackers.
yeah.
I don't promote
Stalin.
communism. Who do you think I am?
Stalin.
I'm like the least communist person ever.
What's the one doing on the ground
I
there?
think he's just tired. He's just
Yeah. Why is one knocked over?
Is he drunk?
I don't know. I think
Interesting.
He's just
yeah. I
chilling.
don't know what the.
He had too many rum and eggnogs, I think, so he's laying on the
that's-
ground.
There you go.
That's probably the issue.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Didn't even notice him before.
Yeah, he's
but-
just
Yeah.
kind of a funny sweater. I've had this for a while. It's the like only one I own, so
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
it
Usually makes a debut.
it just makes its rounds. Yeah,
Yeah.
in December, just brings
you-
it out of the closet.
Come out once a
yeah,
year.
it's just
Yeah.
like Christmas sweaters. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't think there's like very many people that have like more than one.
I don't think so. No.
Yeah.
I think everyone's just got that one that
I
they
have
just
two.
use. You have two? Yeah. I think everyone just kinda
Second
has
one
their
will be coming out tomorrow.
Ooh. Is it better than that one?
Eat me.
Because like that one's pretty good.
It's
I like that
funny.
one.
The
Yeah?
quality isn't quite as good, but it has
Yeah.
a funny thing on it.
Nice.
So
Okay.
yeah,
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
you'll see. You'll see.
Good comment.
Yeah.
Is it that Epstein didn't kill himself?
No, no.
That's what I was thinking.
Sadly, they didn't have like 6-hour shipping on that one, so I couldn't get
6-hour
it.
shipping,
But yeah.
Wild.
Sadly not.
he wants to
I
get, he wants to get
so-
lasers because I'm
so-
living on Candy Cane Lane.
So Josh and a
Mm-hmm.
few of our other buddies moved to a new house on Candy Cane Lane,
Such a good spot.
and but they put up some stuff, but I wanted to get you can get programmable like the laser lights that like shoot on it. But
Tanner
you can
has
get
some of those.
you can get ones that you can write stuff on them up to 90 characters.
No.
So you know where
90
I'm
characters?
going with this.
Oh my God,
I'm like,
what?
all right, boys, should we all chip in? Because they actually live at the end of Candy Cane Lane, and the traffic all goes this way and then turns to the end.
So everyone
so
would see it.
you would come to the end and turn, and it's right in your line of sight. And I would just write Epstein didn't kill himself. I want to do it. It's $200, and there's like 6 of us. So
Dude,
we
just, yeah. Oh yeah,
mean,
chip
yeah.
in. That'd be hilarious.
It'd be
Yeah, why
awesome.
not?
We would for sure be on global news.
Oh dude, yeah.
Oh, 100%.
It'd go probably viral on the internet. This
Oh,
is
you'd be
actually,
on
like,
Barstool with that
Oh, yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Well,
Good idea.
we probably
Your
should.
landlord will kick you out of there.
Yeah, just put your real estate signs
Yeah.
so that you get a little bit of advertising.
Yeah,
On it?
Yeah,
well, actually,
totally.
so the guy who owns the house is a realtor, but also builds homes.
Oh yeah.
So his real estate signs are out
Oh
there.
man.
There you go. Maybe he has a problem.
It's like the worst advertising. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe leave his signs out there so he's the Epstein realtor from now on.
Yeah, no publicity is bad publicity.
Yeah.
No, exactly. Yeah.
Well, the house next door is vacant, so there's no light, so just shine it right on.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man,
Love it,
that'd be good.
Yeah,
man.
we put up a Frosty the Snowman inflatable, and it just keeps falling.
How much
over.
was? How much was that?
No idea.
Those are expensive.
All
those
of the things were given to
things. Oh,
us.
nice.
When
Oh,
we were
that's all
going,
right, then.
when we were buying Christmas lights for Cole's house, like when I
Yeah.
lived out with a few buddies,
Yeah.
we went to Canadian Tire, and they had a super duper sale on this giant stormtrooper for some fucking reason. It was like 20. It was like 20 feet tall.
In the entrance, right? Yeah, I think I saw.
No. Maybe I don't know. This was a couple years ago, right? But it was like 20 feet tall, and we're like, because the way the yard worked at the house I used to live at was they were front drive homes, so
Yeah.
all the yards back onto each other.
Yeah.
And his was kind of the high point, and we just wanted to put. I was like, can we please put the 20-foot stormtrooper that's
Right
like
on the
$50
lawn?
right in the middle of the backyard, so everyone just has to look at it all the time.
That'd be
I-
such a. Oh,
yeah.
dude, I would have bought.
But
it
we
for
didn't.
Sure.
We didn't, sadly.
That'd be awesome.
There was also the funniest is the one where it's Santa. It's an outhouse, and it's Santa like it's like animatron, and he like leans out of it. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, the door opens.
The door
kinda.
opens and then Santa
yeah,
leans
yeah,
out.
yeah,
Yeah.
There's
exactly.
quite a few good houses, but there's some pretty like people aren't
Mailed it in.
participating.
Where?
Yeah.
Like you guys.
on Candy Cane Lane.
Oh really?
Well, you
Yeah.
guys are
Went last
tenants,
year.
so
Dude, like, yeah. Wow.
some people go ham. Yeah,
Like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
but it would also be tricky to sell a house on there because that's kind of the
That's the
unwritten rule.
feature
You
of
don't
it,
want to be
yeah.
the one
Not-
lamos who actually there's one house kind of north on Candy Cane Lane closer to the church, and they every year they always do like one string of shitty lights then hanging in a ball or whatever, and then 3 snowmen sitting in lawn chairs looking out, and the sign says worst parade ever, which I think is pretty funny.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Man, yeah.
That is pretty good.
Yeah.
I actually haven't been down Kenny Cane Lane in a couple years.
I think I drove it.
Yeah,
one time.
drove it, yeah.
But
went there
people,
When we
couple
were
years ago.
kids, though,
coming
like,
and
dude-
Yeah,
saying,
people are already
it's not
people are already
okay.
driving.
Yeah,
so.
I don't know. Like when we were kids, it was like crazy. Like
Oh,
there's-
yeah.
like,
Oh, yeah.
like those houses went full out. But now
There's still some pretty good ones,
Yeah.
and they I mean, lots of people still go to it. It's
Yeah.
still a staple thing for sure.
yeah.
It is. Yeah.
Like the traffic is actually really shitty to get in there.
Oh, because it's only
right
that
around
one
Christmas.
road. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
and it's one way during Christmas time. Like you can only go one way, so
Yeah.
everyone has to come in from the one direction.
Oh man,
so.
that'd be horrible.
Yeah.
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 That'd be
So
tough.
now you guys are gonna have
You're gonna have
people are
tough
gonna
time
have to
getting out of
block
there.
like two
I went
block
last
park
year,
like
it
2
wasn't
blocks
that
away.
No,
That's
not bad.
overreacting.
Oh really? Yeah.
If you go on certain,
Crazy.
you
So
have to
many
go
cars.
on like a Friday night or something.
Yeah, like a
Yeah.
Friday or
But
Saturday
yeah,
night.
no, the traffic will be like way backed up and like spilling into the main
Yeah.
roads and shit. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Crazy.
Looking forward to it.
anyways, Candy Cane Lane.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Everybody go. Everybody go check it out.
Everybody come see
Yeah.
my house.
Yes.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was that sir?
Oh, like you could park your car in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have garage parking in the back.
Candy cane lane. I can't park in front of my house.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
God damn it.
That is a thing though, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, people get so upset about that.
The city doesn't like help fund like candy cane.
I don't.
So-
I think they do actually, don't
partially
they?
do.
So they put up new street lamps and everything. Epcor did that a couple of years ago, and then the city pay, or you pay like, I want to say that you get a quarter off your power bill every December, or maybe it's
Are you
half off your
serious?
power bill. Yeah, because like they want you doing it, right?
Mhm.
So yeah,
Right. Wow.
Yeah, because it's just a
Yeah, like to have
thing.
your lights plugged in for like the whole month, like that would
Yeah.
draw
Oh, yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
power.
yeah,
Yeah.
we have it on a timer, 6:30 till 10 or something.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
That's a good idea.
But it would still bump up. Yeah. Crazy.
a little bit. Yeah,
Wow.
for us, no. For some of those, yeah.
Dude, like some of those houses, like
Oh, yeah.
man, but wrapped all the way up, like that would draw a lot.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
It'd
Exactly.
be wild.
yeah.
Yeah, actually, and I was there a couple years ago, and they had people giving out like cider or whatever, and it was like they were like a winter city or something.
Ooh.
It was some sort of association that was sort of tied to the city or something
Yeah.
like that. I don't
That'd
know.
be sweet.
Yeah, it wasn't just
I
some
get down
dude
with
giving
that.
out fucking apples.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
we're
So-
gonna,
No,
we're
they
gonna
had,
stand
like-
on our porch and
Yeah.
sell fucking hot chocolate and Baileys.
Oh yeah. Dude.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
just have a party and leave the door
You'd
open
make a
and be like,
killing.
all right,
That'd be
yeah,
awesome.
That's
I
what
know.
I think too. There you go.
yeah, stop by.
That'd be
We'll be
awesome.
that house.
That'd be awesome.
We'll be that house.
Until
Yeah.
you get shut down.
Yeah,
Yeah, landlord evicts you.
I love that.
There's nothing in our agreement that says I can't do that.
Yeah,
So crazy.
Yeah.
I'm just not allowed to grow weed and smoke it in the house.
Smoking outside on the porch.
did he put that specifically in your tenancy?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
That would be smart actually for most landlords to
Yeah.
Well, now that weed's legal.
do. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just to
People
clarify.
think they're gonna be like
Yeah.
doing it everywhere now.
Which is fine.
Yeah,
I mean-
exactly. So
Yeah. Yeah, I don't plan on smoking weed in the house.
no, I don't know. Maybe I wonder what the rule is for on balconies and stuff for.
It's,
Like
if
Keanu.
it's no smoking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
say
I
if
know
it's a-
hotels
I know
and
if
stuff
it's
you
a-
can't do it on like
yeah.
on like the balconies
Yeah,
and stuff.
Yeah.
but like, cause yeah, if a building's no smoking, which I think ours is, I think it kind of carries over.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Like I technically am not allowed to smoke on my balcony.
Yeah.
But you
Everyone
do
does
it.
That's how
anyways.
Yeah.
that's how fires start. Like
Yeah.
that actually, like classically, that's how fires start. In
Oh,
condo
for
buildings.
sure, yeah.
So,
Got the one
no,
people
but
that
from
sell
smoking
cigarettes.
cigarettes and butts
And
the
like just
planter
button
and
them out
stuff.
into
Yeah.
planters and stuff. Yeah.
yeah, but I mean, what's a joint? I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, exactly, for
Yeah.
sure, for sure.
I don't smoke joints on my balcony.
What? No.
It's so fucking cold.
Of course
Edible-
not.
Yeah.
I'm not
edibles
going
only.
outside. Yeah.
So-
Strictly
Yeah.
edibles.
Edibles
fucking cold,
only.
man.
Yeah.
So my friends are hilarious. My two roommates, and they're like, "We need edibles." So one night they're like shopping online, and then one of them put something in a cart and put it under my email. So I wake
Oh,
up the next
no.
morning, and it was like, "You have edibles in your cart. Finish your order today."
That's a good idea.
The
Awesome.
remarketing email. Yeah.
Exactly.
Like awesome.
And I was like,
Retargeting.
"Oh fuck."
Damn it,
You
not again.
bastards, yeah.
Not
Yeah,
again.
yeah, exactly. Honestly.
Man.
All right, big debut. Did
Big-
you
big debut.
prepare any topics for us, Spencer?
I'm kind of an open book. I'll talk about whatever. I do have some. I don't know. What do you guys want to talk about?
How is it being the revered producer of the greatest podcast?
Ever
On
known.
It's honestly pretty fun. I don't mind just kind of like hanging out and like we've had some pretty interesting conversations like since I've been a part of it. So
Mhm.
it's been nice kind of to just be in the back there and listen to you guys talk and just kind of be like a fly on the wall. I've definitely learned like some interesting facts. Met some cool people the last like month or so. So
Yep.
it's been a pretty cool experience, honestly.
That's
Yeah.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
I like it. Good answer.
Yeah.
Good answer.
We
Yeah.
did not make him Say that.
We do not
That
force
is
him to
that
be
is a
here.
genuine answer, ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen. Yeah. No, it's been good.
It's a
been
good
really-
time for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like the whole podcast, like I mean, I've been listening to podcasts for like I don't know, like 3 or 4 years now, and like I've kind of always wanted to be like a part of one or have my own sort of thing, but like I just kind of like seeing like the process behind it, and like I always like to have conversations with people anyway, so like being a part of a platform where we can just chat with like random people about
Yeah.
stuff and like not really have like an agenda of sorts, I guess. It's just nice to see where the conversation goes
Yeah.
and
Most
stuff like
definitely.
that. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's. I mean, that's kind of what we even still do it. So,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
yeah.
Like there's there's a wide variety of things that like even in the last month that we've talked about and stuff. So it's
Yeah.
nice to
Yeah.
nice to come here
Our
and do
guests
that.
kind of range and
Yeah, it's a very broad
Fields.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, like we've
Yeah.
had like the doctors on, we've had the girls on,
yeah.
various like social media
Yeah.
personalities, like small business owners. So it's good to have. It's kind of cool to talk to all walks of life, and
Mhm.
and like me myself, I haven't really met like a wide variety of people like that. Like
Yeah.
so it's cool to learn kind of how other people are working and
Yeah. Absolutely.
doing stuff like that.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
Yeah,
No, interesting.
I
That's a
definitely
good,
I like
good
that.
take. I would
Yeah,
agree.
yeah.
And I even part of that is the the platform kind of begets that in a way where, I've met a lot of new people this year and made
Totally,
some
yeah.
good connections and
Yep.
friends from it.
Yeah.
And if these are people that I've found online and was
Yeah.
like, want to grab a coffee.
Yeah. And
Some of them would maybe do it,
Yeah.
but most would be like, "Who the fuck are you? Why
Yeah,
are you
yeah,
messaging
yeah.
me?" But now when it's, "Come on my podcast," they're like,
yeah.
I guess that's cool.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of
yeah,
like where it
yeah.
all starts. It's like I find like even for me, if you meet people that kind of have like a genuine interest that's the same as you, and you can kind of like expand that, I think like that's pretty cool. Like
Yeah.
then it just kind of motivates you more to like always improve in your field or like, things like that. So
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
the part that I like about it for sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, I've
Um,
definitely had some good conversations with some people
Yeah.
where afterwards I'm like, wow, I need to kick my own ass and kind of
Exactly.
step it
Yeah.
up here.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel the same way.
right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's cool. Yeah, I know. Like, yeah, I think just being with people that are like interested in what you're interested in.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of cool because I think some people they don't explore their passions or they don't explore like other avenues or like
Right.
mhm.
or like a sort of ways of doing things because they're just kind of scared to like put themselves out there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And like kind of what I've learned, like over the years, it's just kind of like if you put yourself out there, if you're always excited about the things that that you enjoy doing, and if people like hanging with you, and like that ultimately makes like your life better. So
Absolutely.
like it's always good to like reap the benefits of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Most definitely.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's free.
And it's free. It literally,
Yeah.
well, yeah, like it costs no money to be like excited about stuff and like want to do things with people who you share interests with.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah. Most definitely.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'd be doing this for forever just because of the conversations we have. with-
Yeah, like you get excited
It's
about
actually
this
fun
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
like you
Yeah.
look
Super
forward
fun.
to things like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we have a pretty full weekend doing this, and I'm excited. I'm not really dreading or growing.
Yeah,
in
like
it. And
we're in-
today has been pretty chill too,
Totally,
so
yeah.
shouldn't be too hard.
Yeah.
But it's it's fun, right?
Totally,
You're never
yeah.
like, oh man, got to work all weekend. It's not even
Yeah, time
remotely
flies when
close
you-
to that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
Yeah, like I don't know.
Oh shit! I got to bullshit with people.
Shit,
for-
I got a podcast.
hours.
Oh man,
I gotta hang out
Oh,
with my
no.
friends.
Who would ever cancel on that or any
Yeah.
of it? Anyways.
Yeah. Who would ever do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of
Kinda-
terrible person?
Brutal. Yeah. No.
Just kidding.
I love inside jokes.
We'll fill you in maybe after.
We'll fill in after this.
Yeah.
but,
We'll fill you in.
but no, yeah, it's a pretty cool thing for sure. Like, I feel like the podcast platform and like just other things like that. Like, it seems like a lot of people are starting, like in this day of age, like people are starting to like pursue their passions a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like people, they're kind of done with the like not done, but they kind of like to get outside their like the small world that they're in. Like,
Sure.
you know, even me, like, you know, I have a full-time job, but like that's like my whole life is not set on that. Like, I like to
Yeah.
definitely like kind of get out to other avenues and like explore other like interests, hobbies.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I enjoy traveling, like, you know, places like that. So
Yep.
I feel like it's good for people to kind of get outside their comfort zone, whether it be like, you know, like starting a new business podcast, you know, traveling somewhere new,
Mm-hmm.
you know, maybe just like meeting new people. It's pretty cool, like where that can lead you, I think.
Yeah.
No, I'd agree. There's kind of this like wokeness, but in a very good way.
Totally.
Of,
Yeah.
Oh, side hustle, side project.
Yeah.
Pursue your passion, blah blah blah.
Mhm.
Like it's so decentralized now,
Mhm.
where you can kind of do whatever. And conversely, I guess more and more people start their own little side gigs, and
Totally,
there's more
yeah.
noise to break through for
Yeah.
someone who has a podcast, for example,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's very much a double-edged sword, but I would
Mhm.
agree too.
Yeah.
I think there's more visibility too of like
Yeah.
people that are
Mhm.
successful
Yeah.
doing it.
Totally,
So,
yeah.
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 Yeah,
So
exactly.
you actually see people that are successful doing it, and you say, "Oh,
Oh, this is a thing,
Yeah,
right?
it's-
that,
Yeah,
this
like
is
that's
that
the
kind
thing,
of
like,
that
yeah.
kind of
Exactly.
availability heuristic of
Yeah.
oh, this is something that can
Yeah.
be done or
Yeah,
we can do
totally,
or
yeah.
whatever. So
yeah,
Yeah.
most definitely."
Yeah, and I think like I'm sure like you guys can kind of like attest as well, like to get outside of like your comfort zone. I feel like you know you two, like obviously you're like, you know, entrepreneurs, so you guys have never really had like a boss telling you stuff to do, right?
Yeah.
And for some people that's a pretty like scary thing. Like they don't have like either the discipline or just like the drive to do it.
Yeah.
or just the uncertainty that comes with it, or
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly. Like people,
you know,
yeah.
part of it too is, you know, when you like, you probably know what you need to do in a day. Anyone who has any job, you're
absolutely.
semi self-starting. You probably
Yeah.
know what your role is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But at
for
the
sure.
same time, you know what you need to do, right?
Yeah,
like
exactly,
there's
yeah.
kind of a chain of command. There's kind of like, okay, this is what we're working on
Mm-hmm.
now. This is how you do it.
Right.
This is what needs to be done. You do have someone telling you what to do.
Yeah.
Versus when we wake up Monday morning, first thing, you open your eyes and you're just like, fuck, right?
Like,
Yeah.
I gotta make it happen.
I
yeah.
gotta make
Yeah.
something happen,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, and no one's breathing down your
And
neck,
no one's
making
breathing
sure
down
you're
your
doing
neck,
it
yeah.
or whatever, right?
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Some days I'm significantly disciplined.
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Some
yeah.
days, not so much.
Not so much. It depends on the day. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
personal days.
Yeah.
no, it's like I guess like the thing like that I kind of admire about that is like you guys are like you guys are like always like pursuing something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Versus like other people sometimes they kind of just like, you know, hang out
Mm-hmm.
and, you know, just kind of like, you know, whatever happens, which is like cool. That's no like
Yeah.
But I mean
Yeah.
like it's actually like very admirable for like people to like wake up every morning like, okay, like I gotta make it happen like every single day. Like that part's kind of cool to me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, thank
Yeah.
you, Spencer.
Yeah, you're
That's
welcome.
very nice
fellas.
of
Yeah,
you to say.
You're welcome,
That,
fellas. Yeah.
I'm gonna cry, bro.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Such a emotional day.
Yeah. But
Merry
no,
Christmas
for sure.
to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
That's the best Christmas gift of all.
Blink twice if they're making you say this.
No, dude. this
Nope.
is-
Pause the video
Pause,
feed.
pause it. Pause it. No.
Yeah.
No, it's like straight from.
Blink if yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No,
yes.
it's cool. It's cool. Cause like I don't know. Last year, like right around this time, actually, the company that I was working for before, like I had just moved into my place, like maybe I was in like the process of like moving into this place, and I actually like my company shut down. Like there was no more work. They laid us all off like right before I moved into my place. I'm like, are you serious? Like I just got my own place and now I have like no job.
Yeah.
I was like, are you serious? Like what? Like this sucks.
Yeah.
And it was basically like right before Christmas. And I'm like, this is a terrible time. Like there's gonna be like no one hiring. But like on the same token, like I'm not just gonna like hang out and feel sorry for myself. Like you know, I'm a single guy. I live by myself. Like I have to make it happen. So I went out and just like found a job. Like, you know, some guys they get mad and they just kind of like hang on like, oh, like, you know, the whole woe is me sort of thing. But
Yeah.
Absolutely.
like
Yeah.
you can't do that. Like
No.
the world's not gonna feel bad like for you. Like you have to go and make it happen. So don't like you can lose a job and then if you're just like at home, like, oh, I don't want to work, or like I don't feel like it. Like for me, that was like not an option.
That would be the easier route to do.
like,
right?
yeah.
So
like for me, that was like, okay, like I live all by myself. Like everything from here on is like, it's for me. So like I can't just hang at home and feel sorry for myself.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
you have to go out and like, you have to pound the pavement. You have to like make it happen. So
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and good on you. I remember that. But yeah, it's definitely good to do that because the easier route is just to schlep around
and like
say, oh, I'm laid off, right?
Yeah.
So and
Yeah.
sometimes in those
collect your
scenarios
EI and
there
just do
is
that,
nothing you can do to a degree.
To a degree,
I get that for sure.
Yeah.
But even so, I mean, you kind of have to be, actually, has anyone listened or read Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck? Have you read that
A
book?
friend of mine has read that book.
Okay.
I kind of want to read it.
Have you?
That's like our generation's
Like
Bible,
almost Bible.
Every
Yeah.
single
Everyone-
kid our age
Yeah.
has that weird orange book lying around.
What's
Yeah.
like the premise of it?
So there's a
Not
lot
giving a
of
fuck.
stuff, but
Yeah.
one of the big things is that because I'm listening to it on audiobook right now is kind of fault versus responsibility. So
Okay.
when your life circumstances are not your fault, but you're responsible for them in that you are responsible for
For your
how
life.
you act, right?
Totally,
Because
yeah.
the only thing you can control in the world is what you do and think and feel
Totally. Yeah.
in any given moment, and
Yeah.
most of that other stuff you can try to influence and stuff, but
Yeah.
particularly with other people, but you have no control over things outside of yourself, right?
Mhm.
So it's
Yeah.
kind of that taking like extreme responsibility or whatever he
Yeah.
calls it. That's funny. That is the most like
Oh, yeah.
Such like a
that's such
millennial
a
book.
millennial book.
Mark
Everyone
Manson.
has it.
Everyone
Mark
will have
Manson.
it.
Yeah.
Did you guys read him before he was an author?
No.
Who's the
He was a
He was a
blogger.
blog guy.
Yeah, he was a
Yeah.
blog
Oh, is that
guy.
right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he was pretty big in the
Blogosphere.
the
Really?
dating world, actually.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
for real?
Dating world was his niche.
Wow.
So, yeah, I think that.
Advice
I definitely want to kind of
What's that?
read it.
He gave dating advice and how to act
Yeah,
like a person.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
yeah, yeah.
How to act like an actual human.
yeah.
How to act like a person. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, I think that something that came to me pretty like over the last 6 months is like exactly that is I can't influence other people around me,
No,
but what
it's
I
like-
can influence is how many times I put myself out there,
Totally. Yeah.
Mhm.
right?
Yeah,
so,
yeah, for sure.
so I mean, I can put myself out to 1,000 people, or I can put myself out to 10 people. The
Yeah.
results are going to be tremendously different if I
Totally.
put myself out to that
Oh,
1,000
absolutely,
people,
yeah.
right?
Mhm,
So,
mhm.
Yeah.
and you're gonna mess with people, or sorry, you're gonna mesh with people. You're not gonna. Some people are just gonna say no to you, and
Mhm.
it's really.
Just kind of have to like, you just kind of have to like roll with the punches, I guess. Like,
Oh yeah.
like life's definitely not easy, and like a lot of people kind of get wound up in it all, and
Yeah.
so you just kind of have to like work through that and pursue on, and just kind of find like people. It's kind of funny. So like people say, like even you guys, people think that I'm sort of like a minimalist in a way.
Sure.
But it's funny because like I don't feel like I'm a minimalist, but I only have like what I need and what like adds like value to my life.
Yeah.
So like for
But
example,
I think you came about that organically just from
I
how
think
you are.
I think so too,
versus
like-
being
Yeah.
watching that Japanese chick on Netflix and being like, I am going to be a minimalist now, right?
yeah,
you didn't
no, I've
read it.
definitely-
You didn't read a self-help book and start doing it.
Does
it was
this bring
just,
me joy?
Yeah.
no, it's
Yes.
funny. Yeah,
No.
because like my whole life, like I've
Yeah.
been very sort of like I've seen kind of both sides of it. Like
Yeah.
like I know people that are very like materialistic, like they always want that next thing. Like that doesn't like sure that adds like happiness to your life for a bit, but
For a moment.
like yeah, for a moment, like you know, like having like the newest truck, the biggest house, like the fanciest clothes, like that all to me that's all kind of like fluff. Like that's not like that doesn't add value to like my life. And like people who like know me, I feel like people kind of think that I'm like a pretty happy dude and stuff, and
Yeah.
like I'm not like I'm like I don't get mad ever. Like I'm a pretty like happy like happy-go-lucky guy, and I feel like the reason that I am like that is because like I'm just like very content and like happy with like what I have. Like I don't live like out of my means necessarily. Like I have like it's funny like you guys come over and you see it. I have like 10 shirts and like 4 pairs of jeans and
Yeah.
things like that. But like I have that because like I don't need to buy like excess of stuff. Like I have like only what I need.
Yeah.
And then I have like my, I have like a mountain bike. I have like my skis. I have like my hiking gear and stuff like that. And people think that it's weird
Humble
that
brags.
well, no, not humble brags, but I'm just saying like
10 shirts.
yeah, no, but I'm just
I know. It's fucking. You should see his place. It's actually ridiculous.
it's so yeah, like
It's impressive.
it's like just I only believe in like owning things that like add value to my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like whether it be expensive or not, like if I feel like it adds value,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have it. Like I think it's weird that like people have like so many clothes. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, or what's another like have like so much furniture that they like don't even use it. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Like they have a house and they have
Entire
all this,
rooms you don't
they have-
use.
Yeah, like they have rooms of things that like they don't use.
Yeah.
Like I feel like you should only kind of own things if you're gonna be using them a lot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, moving.
Soda stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Great
Soda
callback.
Stream, yeah.
Nice.
No,
Nice.
but yeah, so I don't know, like I feel like that's why people think I'm sort of like a happy dude is because like I don't make my life complicated, I guess.
Yeah. No, I think things can definitely overcomplicate. A
Oh,
lot of
totally, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you there. And
Yeah.
even just moving into the new place,
Yeah.
you realize like how much shit you have, and you're like, oh, like I don't really need
Yeah.
a bunch
Yeah.
of
Oh
this
yeah,
stuff.
I
right?
definitely did a good purge when I moved, and
Yeah.
then, you even said when you were, I was kind of asking you about your moving plans. You're like, oh, I don't have that much stuff. I'm like,
Yeah.
you have a lot more crap than,
Yeah.
Oh,
than you
yeah.
realize, right?
And it's
So,
funny because like
yeah.
you kind of go like I've also been pretty fortunate like I've gotten to travel lots and like I've been able to see areas of the world where like people don't have a lot of stuff.
Right.
And like I was pretty fortunate like when I was 18 like I got to go to Africa with my auntie. So she works there. She works for she's like a ambassador for like an orphanage down there. So like I went there when I was like 18 and like I got to see some pretty like sad sights of like all these kids that like don't have anything. And we're all here in like the first world and like we're all like we're all mad about like, oh, I don't have like
I got the wrong color iPhone.
got the wrong color iPhone or
whatever.
like
Yeah.
I got the
Yeah.
wrong size shirt or whatever.
yeah,
But
yeah.
like for me that trip was
a lot
like
of
pretty
perspective.
totally, yeah. Like I kind of got to gain like a pretty valuable insight into like how lucky we are here.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I feel like that's sort of like stuck with me like up until now. And like I guess yeah. Again, like I don't make my life like too complicated, like just based on that. Like
No.
like I have everything I need. These people don't, and they're like just as happy. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would
Yeah.
be, that's a good perspective. And what a great wholesome Christmassy
Well, that's the thing,
conversation
yeah.
about
Yeah, exactly.
appreciating. Did you guys in your schools, like it was elementary school, we always did it, where you would get those shoe boxes and
you'd
fill
send
them
them
with,
out.
and they would either tell you
Yeah.
to buy for a boy or a girl,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you would fill them with presents and it
Yeah.
would get
Yeah,
sent
I
to
did that.
Africa
yeah.
or
or whatever.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did that. Yeah.
I feel like even that kind of gave you perspective. And they would tell
Totally.
you that they're like, yeah, so on Christmas Day, the kids open their presents and then go back to class afterwards. And we're all like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
right,
Well,
right?
They don't get 2 weeks
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
Well, actually, like,
That's bullshit.
what was like the toy drive? I think it's Santa's Anonymous.
Santa's Anonymous.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like 6:30 Ched does it.
Oh, yeah.
So my family and I like we actually did that like a couple years ago where
Volunteered for it?
yeah, so like we just went to the warehouse and they give you like 3 addresses and then like a bag of toys for like each address.
Okay.
And like you would go up to the door and these families would be like so happy that you're like that you're here. And
Yeah.
like you're like it's like a bag of toys. Like you don't really know what's in it, but you just know it's like it's for like
Yeah.
a younger family.
Yeah.
So even that like kind of added like perspective and like
Yeah, definitely.
like as like we were talking about earlier how about people kind of get caught up in the whole Christmassy thing, like buy this, buy that.
Yeah.
But like I think it's really important. Like it's kind of the one time a year where, at least for my family, kind of where like everyone gets together and
Yeah.
it's just nice to be thankful for like what you have.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because like people don't. I don't feel
expressing gratitude.
exactly. Yeah, yeah, like
Ha.
yeah, like
Haha.
like being super grateful for like what you have.
I said gratitude.
He did not pick up on that.
Another inside joke I'd
Yeah.
love to be a part of. Or
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
The people that are the happiest though do practice gratitude.
Dude, it's
Yes.
crazy. Like,
Oh no, absolutely. And yeah, I don't know. It's easy to get caught up in the day to day, right? But
Totally.
you gotta take a
Yeah.
minute.
but yeah, like I've definitely noticed, like, yeah, you were right in saying, like, people that don't have lots, in my sort of experience, like, yeah, they definitely do express, like, the most gratitude. Like, I was in Vietnam, like, 3 years ago now, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And I was on a motorbike and like in the middle of nowhere, and my motorbike like stopped working.
Yeah.
Like in the middle of nowhere. Like I don't speak Vietnamese. Like I'm in the middle of nowhere. I'm like, shit. Like this is like I'm in a
This is the end.
I'm in a situation here.
Yeah.
And so
Taken
like
4, starring
yeah.
me.
so then like I walked into the nearest village just like with my bike.
Yeah.
And this guy just like he came like out of his house, took my bike. It was like in the garage within 5 minutes because he could tell that it was broken.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, you're also probably not the first white person whose
Well-
motorcycle has
well,
broken down
yeah,
on that
and,
road,
like,
honestly,
yeah,
right?
No,
So
totally, yeah.
yeah.
And just like, you know, he comes out, he takes it,
Yeah.
like into the garage. I was back on the road within like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Did
like
you
kinda-
like pay him or anything?
Yeah. No, I paid him. Like it's like very cheap to do anything there. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I paid
Sick.
him like $5. But
Nice.
it's kind of like the small, like, you know, random acts of kindness like
Mhm.
that kind of, it's pretty cool. Like,
Wow.
It
So
was-
do some random acts of
Yeah.
kindness this Christmas season.
do you guys
So-
pay it forward ever in like the drive-through? Like, do you guys
Yeah.
ever buy coffee?
You know what?
Yep.
I should, because someone did that to me one time,
I
and
felt
I'm
so
like,
good. I was
like, man,
wow.
this is so nice. Like, I should do it. So
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
I should start doing that.
Yeah.
Actually.
Sometimes I go to Starbucks and I'll just throw $10 down. I'll be like, just pay for the next
Pay for whoever.
whoever. Yeah.
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 It's
Sweet. I like
They're
that.
a lot better people than me.
I've never,
thought about doing that.
I've
Yeah.
thought about doing it. I've
Yeah.
never
I've
actually
never
done
done
it.
it, yeah.
So,
I would
but-
gladly accept it, but
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
do it. No,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
I've done it a few times. So.
Yeah. I just like to keep the karma, like, you know, the good karma
Yeah.
kind
Definitely,
of
definitely.
around. So I think like the more kind of random like acts of
Yeah.
kindness you can do, like kind of it's actually nice that this kind of like ties into the Christmas thing, but
Yeah.
you know, just kind of like maybe give that extra effort
might hit the Starbucks drive-through
on the way home. Yeah. Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Honestly,
brought to you
yeah.
by.
Yeah, leave a business card.
Yeah.
Actually, my one, a coworker of mine, she has it pretty reasonable. She has branding on her vehicle, but it's not ridiculous with like her face doing this and shit. It's just logo, name, phone number, or
pretty
whatever,
easy,
and her
yeah.
back windshield.
Yeah.
So she'll pay for people behind you because hopefully they sort of like read it and like
Ah.
remember.
Oh,
and
I
like,
gotcha.
oh, that's kind of nice.
That's a smart move,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
But then my boss immediately said, yeah, but I kind of drive like a dick, so I don't want my name and phone number on my car.
Like advertising, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
That's such bad advertising.
But-
Yeah. I think that like the one thing that you can influence is the happiness of others.
totally.
So
yeah.
I mean, it's just the way that you carry yourself.
Oh,
even.
for sure. Yeah.
Just like with a smile and
Yeah.
like I almost like just try to make somebody laugh every day.
Yeah. No, exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's infectious,
Yeah.
I suppose, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I mean, like I almost like go out of my way to make people happy or like not be like I don't know to like not be sad like
Mhm.
around people. Like
mhm.
again, like I think I have like sort of like a rapport as being like a pretty happy, excited guy most of the time.
Mhm.
And I think just if you like are that, it kind of like radiates to everyone else. Just makes everyone
Yeah.
feel good. So
Oh yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
Mhm.
I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm all warm and fuzzy right
I'm
now.
all warm and fuzzy inside.
Me too. Me too. It's
It's actually
great.
pretty fucking cold in here.
Dude, we turned the heat down. This morning it was so
freezing.
hot.
Did we? No, you didn't even
Did
I
we
did
touch
turn,
it.
I did turn it down.
Oh, did you?
It's 19
dude,
degrees
it
in
was
here.
so
Because it
warm
was
here this
when
morning.
we came in, it was dumping heat in here. It was like just so dry and shit.
It was like uncomfortable podcasting.
Yeah.
Oh, we're all wearing Christmas sweaters, so maybe that's
we're all
why
pretty
we're
warm.
Yeah,
we're all
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
insulated.
We're all-
So
Get with the program.
I'm just like insulated naturally, but
Get some natural insulation on there.
yeah, absolutely.
Oh, for sure. When does this
Natural
When does
insulation.
this
Yeah.
episode air?
We're
Run
gonna
a
do the
little hot, yeah.
28th. I think.
28th?
Yeah.
You gotta go.
yeah.
Here, let's We're gonna pause real quick because we want to get a photo with you, and we'll finish off Spencer's episode after. So. You like my? Oh, I didn't explain the inside jokes to Matt. Damn it.
He had no idea what we were talking
Yeah,
about.
I'll have to give him a shout after and let him know. But
Yeah. Yeah.
He had no idea what we were talking about.
yeah. So you've been in your place for about a year, right?
Yeah, it's been a year now.
So
Yeah.
I don't know why this crossed my mind the other day, what made me think of it, but we never had the pool party at your house, at your condo that we were promised over the summer.
Dude, it
so
was such a bad summer. Like,
actually, you know what? That's a good point. That's a good
It
point.
was-
I actually remembered
Yeah.
that after I was getting pissed at you to myself. I was like, oh, wait a minute. This summer's
No,
weather
like-
was really bad.
Yeah,
So-
like I actually wanted to have like everyone over, but it got to the point where like it would be nice all day, and then I would come
Rain.
home and it would just rain.
Yeah.
Like I honestly think like I went in the pool like twice, and for
Oh, yeah.
like not that long.
Ooh,
But
boy.
like, did you just swim lengths or just
No,
to
I
hang
just
out?
no, I just like, wanted to chill. Like I would get home
See,
from like a
scope
bike.
the talent.
Yeah, no, there's like no,
Yeah.
like I would get home like from like a bike ride, and then I would just go in the pool for like half an hour, just to like cool down.
Okay. No,
Yeah,
that's good. That's
yeah. I
good. You,
never-
if we had a party,
Yeah, oh,
pool
man.
boy's gonna be like, "Excuse me, sir, you got some water in your semen." Project X.
No, yeah, because like
Whoa.
I actually had a few people like ask me why I never like invited anyone over to the pool, and that's just because like anytime I would try to plan something, like the forecast
Weather,
would just go south.
It was really bad. Yeah.
But yeah,
True.
yeah, I
Got to
bet-
remember that. Yeah.
yeah. So it was kind of a crappy summer to like do anything this year.
Honestly, yeah.
it wasn't fun at all.
You know, it's funny because you think back and you kind of think, "Oh, wish I had done more," blah blah blah. But then
Yeah.
you kind of remember,
Like,
"Oh yeah,
why you
why?"
didn't do
yeah,
stuff?
yeah, yeah.
It was a pretty.
It was the same as the summer before with all the smoke from the fires, where
Oh.
you're like, man, I didn't go outside in August 2018 at all, but oh, it
Yeah.
was all smoke.
It's either
It looked
one
like
thing or the
fucking.
other.
Remember, someone posted the picture of it was from like a Blade movie or something like
Yeah.
that, and this orangeness of the sky looked like Edmonton.
Yeah.
one
Well,
day.
actually, like there was a day this year I think it was in May, because I was working downtown at the Marriott, and like we were
There was one day, but
Yeah,
it was
and-
only one, and then it was
and
good
we were,
otherwise.
and I was up on like the 5th floor of the building, and the sky was like orange, like it was weird.
Yeah.
It was
Oh,
so,
yeah.
and I think it was from the high level fires.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Something like that.
Because there weren't as many fires out in BC as as other years. Like that like the high level one was like huge. So I think it was like mostly from that. But
Mm-hmm,
You don't really get fires in wintertime, eh?
no.
No.
Like, no.
Why is that?
Well, actually, because
Well-
in theory, forest could still, dense enough forest would still burn down in winter, but a big part of forest fires is man-made error, is
Yeah,
a
totally.
huge cause in almost all of them. So
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
aren't camping, right?
No,
So,
totally. Yeah.
but granted, in theory, I don't know, would the fire like melt the snow and put itself out, like?
I've heard this.
But if
thing,
there's a
like-
bunch of dry ass trees and it's a dry, cold day,
Yeah.
I'm sure it could.
I've also heard this like thing that like all of the I guess like the embers from the fire, like from the forest fire, like over winter will like kind of like stay smoldering, and then like in the summer when it gets dry, they just kind of like start up again. I don't know. if there's
I
any
think
truth
it's more
behind that,
so
but-
because a lot of the issue is all the crap that falls out of trees and the
Oh,
like
yeah.
brush on the floor of just
Yeah.
needles and dry twigs and shit. That's because it's kindling, and that's
Right.
why forest fires spread and get so
Start
big.
big.
Right.
Yeah. And the issue is because the government cut back on controlled burning.
right.
So that's why it's been
Yeah.
worse.
Actually, have you guys seen the movie like speaking of forest fires? Have you guys seen the movie Only the Brave? It's called.
Sounds
With-
familiar.
I've heard of
Is it Mark Wahlberg?
No. Josh Brolin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's about.
Is it new?
I don't know if
No.
it's.
It's been out for a
It's a
while.
couple years old. So there was a forest fire in Arizona like 2 or 3 years ago, and it's about the crew of like the hot shots they call them. So they're basically
Right.
So they're basically like the wild, like the best of the best wildland firefighters. So it kind of follows them because they actually didn't start out as like a hotshot crew. They were just like the local fire department, and then they convinced the mayor of the town to like let them try out to be hot shots, and they went to a fire somewhere else in like Arizona, and they like proved themselves, so they like got the status as like hot shots. So it's just kind of about that whole journey, and like I don't want to spoil it for everyone. Yeah, I won't spoil the ending, but those guys work hard, man.
Oh yeah.
Like what a job.
David Goggins did that, but as like a volunteer firefighter or whatever.
Oh, did he?
Really?
That
Guy's insane.
Yeah, that guy's. I just listened to his audiobook. It's pretty.
Oh, really?
Pretty. It's actually really good.
Yeah.
It's really good. Speaking of wanting to kick your own ass and stuff,
Like that guy.
it's actually a book that I think will stay with me for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Some of the
What's
content.
it called?
Can't Hurt Me.
Can't Hurt Me.
Yeah.
It's funny. I think I was
The
listening.
audiobook's really good, better than the paperback because
He reads it.
they do it as a
he reads
kind of a no, he doesn't read it.
Oh.
So he has a narrator who reads it, but they do it sort of as a podcast. So they'll read the
Oh,
chapter
yeah.
and then sit and talk about the chapter after, like what actually, like David Goggins is there talking with the reader.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
Crazy.
yeah, it's really good.
I actually
Would recommend.
I actually like remember listening to a Joe Rogan podcast, and like sometimes he'll send like a text to Joe just like out of the blue, saying like stay hard, motherfucker, or something like that. Like, just like out of the blue,
Yeah.
like just to like keep him motivated.
Keep him motivated,
So
that's
funny.
good.
Like,
Yeah.
that guy's insane. Him, like Cameron Haynes.
Cameron
is like,
Haynes is
is like,
another guy
is like
who
big
does
into that too.
Crazy running and shit.
And then he actually talked to that guy who like walked across Antarctica, Colin O'Brady.
Okay.
He walked
Oh right,
yeah, so
I think
he
I
walked-
started listening to that,
so
but I
he
didn't
walked-
finish it.
So he did the first like self
Excuse me.
sustained crossing of Antarctica.
Really?
So he was out there.
So by yourself is
by
that what that
yourself.
means?
Yeah, so it's like self-sustained. So he had like 300 pounds of like camping gear, food, etc. in a sled, and he would pull this like sled for like 17 hours a day.
Jesus Christ.
And like he would set up camp and then do the same thing like continuously. I forget how many days. I think it took him like 3 months or something
Wow.
about that. And so like at the same time there was actually a British Navy SEAL who was also attempting the same feat, and Colin O'Brady beat him by 3 days.
Wow. That's insane.
Yeah.
Okay, now I remember this. Yeah.
Just like an absolute freak of nature. Like that's crazy.
I wonder what like makes people want to do that. So like,
Yeah, he's like a
Yeah.
super motivated guy. Like
You gotta
he-
be, and I think just being a outlier, right?
Totally,
Like,
yeah. Like he's in
frankly.
like as far as like the physical like side of things and like the mental side of things, he
Oh, yeah,
has
you're-
like whole other level.
Yeah, you're in incredible shape, but then like a mental toughness as
'Cause
well,
what's it called?
right?
Like-
So
Like there's a term for it where you just kind of get yourself into like a routine, but you're not like really thinking about it.
yeah.
I feel like
Flow state.
flow state, yeah. So he kind of gets himself into like a flow state where like he has to do all of these things, but like it doesn't really wear on him after a certain amount of time because he's so
yeah.
he's so into it.
Actually, a friend of ours who will be on next weekend, which will be coming out in like a week when you're listening to this, Sean Chai. He just he tried to run his first ultra marathon, so I'm curious to
Oh,
hear how
really?
it went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually saw him
Hear
at the
about it.
gym the day before.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Was it
So-
here or like where was it?
It was a 50K. Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy smokes!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that
Um,
marathon thing is crazy. I
yeah.
don't think I could
It
ever.
was
Actually-
also like minus 15 at that
Yeah.
day. So.
Or well, I think actually we'll have to ask him or fucking Google it. What the because there's marathons and there's ultra marathons, but a marathon is 26 miles, which is like 40 kilometers. So
Yeah.
an ultra, I think an ultra is 50K or is it 50 miles? I can't
I
remember.
think it's like 50 miles. I think
Yeah.
because
if I'm
Cameron
not
Haynes
mistaken.
he does those like
Yeah.
he does like a couple of those a week or something like.
He runs like a marathon a week or,
Yeah,
or a
like
day or
so-
something,
so-
which is I don't even know how your joints could possibly
No idea.
uphold that. But
Yeah.
anyways, yeah.
Guy's like an absolute freak of nature.
Alrighty.
So
Well-
crazy.
Well, thanks for your debut in front of
Yeah.
the camera. Thanks for coming by.
Yeah, thanks
You
for
were
finally
totally
having me on, boys.
not obliged to be here, so thanks for, with your own free power and free will, coming here.
Always a good time, fellas.
Yeah, so
We will see.
excellent.
You
We will
tomorrow.
see you all tomorrow. Merry
And we'll
Christmas,
actually
Happy New
see
Year,
you tomorrow.
all that shit. And yeah, you.